Welcome back, and today I'm going to talk about what's new in GTA. If you're new, subscribe. I post the best GTA 5 glitches and Red Dead. Post below if you want a shout out. Alright, so in this video I'm going to talk about the double money, the discounts, including Twitch Prime, the new car, the Yosemite, the new podium car, the Furia. And also, since this car has exposed turbos, I'm going to talk about the difference between a turbo and a supercharger. Alright, so first I'm going to talk about what's double money in RP. So quick 100k is a time trial. Also, the RC time trial. And these are the double money and RP jobs. The stunt races. So it's a hot ring circuit, Izzy Classic, the RC, and also the stunt. Also, business battles are double money and RP. This is the new vehicle, the Yosemite. And the thing about this is this thing has exposed turbos. Usually they hide the turbos inside, but this one has exposed. And also, I'm going to talk about the difference between them. Because, see, this is a supercharger. It basically does the same thing as a turbo, but it's older technology, and it basically requires to be bolted to the engine, while the turbo can be placed wherever. Alright, since we're right here, I'm going to talk about the supercharger first. Okay, supercharger basically is, it compresses air and puts it into the engine. It does that by connecting the belt to the drivetrain. So as the car goes faster, this thing spools up and generates more power. So that's basically how it works. And see, this car is a turbo car. It basically does the same thing. You compress air and put it into engine. Same thing as a supercharger. But this does it, in my opinion, in a better way. And it generates a lot more power, I'm pretty sure. That's why everyone does turbos now instead of superchargers or even nitrous. But see, the thing about the turbos is this engine right here, guys, I'm going to guess it does well over 1,000 horsepower, maybe upwards of 2,000 horsepower this engine outputs. Yeah, this engine's a V8, but there's 4 on this side, so that means there's 4 on that side. And see, this is how the turbo works. See this black part? See, this is connected directly to the exhaust. So as the engine puts out exhaust, that connects to one side of the turbo, which is a turbine. And see, it causes one side to spin because of the exhaust. That causes the front side, right there, which is also a turbine, to spin to intake air. So as the engine goes faster and faster, it generates more exhaust. So the turbo generates more power as faster you go. So it generates more air, compresses more air. It takes this into the intercooler because the air is very hot because it's right next to the exhaust. So then it cools down the air in the intercooler, and then the intercooler puts it right here in the top part, which is the intake manifold, into the intake, and that's how it generates the power. It's just the main problem with engines right now is it can't intake enough air. They can put as much fuel as they want in engines, but the air is the limiting factor. So a turbo just basically compresses air into the engine and generates a lot of power. And as you can tell, this is a drift car because it generates that much power. Like in real life, this car would just tire spin. And look at this, that's all it does is tire spin. Also, there's a few discounts. Bay's discounted 40%. Thrax is discounted 30%. And this is discounted 35%. Devastate 8 is discounted 35%. GTO is discounted 35%. Vapid is discounted 40%. GP1 is discounted 40%. Emperor is discounted 40%. NS is discounted 35%. Also, everything else is, for Twitch Prime, everything else is discounted another 10%. And for Twitch Prime, you're going to get the arcade, this one, for free. It's a rebate, so I'm pretty sure they're going to refund you 72 hours after purchase. Also, Twitch Prime, you get the Pyro 80% discounted. Also, Twitch Prime, you get the Rhino tank 80% discounted. The brakes are discounted 40%. Engines discounted 40%. Liveries discounted 40%. Suspension discounted 40%. Transmissions discounted 40%. Turbo 40%. Also, CEO office garages are discounted 40%. All the garages are discounted, so it's a perfect time to buy them. All the nightclub garages are discounted 40%. So all the Dynasty 8 garages, the 10 car, the 6 car, and the 2 car, they're discounted 35% off. Arena garages are discounted 35% off also. The MOC, the personal vehicle storage bay, is discounted 35% off. The casino penthouse garage is discounted 35% off. And the arcade garage is discounted 35% off. The Furia is the podium car, and you can win it for free on the lucky wheel. So the technique to win it for free is you want to spin the lucky wheel, and if it doesn't land on the car, you want to disconnect your internet or close the app. And I think that's pretty much it for this week. Make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe for all the best GT5 glitches. Thank you for watching, and I am out.